My friends, tonight, I speak to you not just as a citizen, but as a neighbor, one among millions looking toward the horizon and asking a simple question: what kind of economy should serve the American people? For too long, we have lived in an economy that forgot its purpose. It rewarded speculation more than sweat. It taxed the working man's wages but let capital gains slip through the cracks. It allowed wealth to pile up in towers while poverty spread across the valley. And perhaps worst of all, it broke the promise that hard work would lead to a better life. That promise, the backbone of our social contract, has been shattered for an entire generation. Government, John Adams once said, is instituted for the common good, for the protection, safety, prosperity, and happiness of the people, not for the profit, honor, or private interest of any one man, family, or class of men. Tonight, we begin the work of returning to that principle, not just in word, but in deed. The diagnosis, a broken engine. We are not suffering from a lack of money. We are suffering from a lack of motion. Money, when it flows through every hand, builds communities. But when it stops, when it pools in hedge funds and offshore accounts, it becomes a poison, not a promise. Our economy today moves like a river dammed at the top. The water is rising in the wealthiest reservoirs, while those downstream are left in drought. And so what do we see? Young Americans without homes, mothers choosing between medicine and rent, workers borrowing just to stay afloat, only to fall prey to payday lenders charging interest that would make a mobster blush. This is not the common good. This is a common failure. 2. The remedy, rebuilding the system from the bottom up. Let me be clear. The economy is not a force of nature. It is a human invention. And what we invent, we can reimagine. We propose 3 pillars to rebuild this economy, each simple, powerful, and rooted in justice. 1. Postal banking. Every American will have access to a digital wallet through the post office, accessible at every corner of our country, from the smallest rural town to the busiest city. There will be no hidden fees, no account minimums, no games, just a safe place to store your money, make payments, and even receive small loans at 0.2% interest, whether for a child's school, a home repair, or starting a local business. And unlike the banks of Wall Street, the interest you pay goes back into your community, not into a CEO's pocket. 1. Universal Basic Income, UBI. Every adult will receive a guaranteed income grown from remains of the Social Security system, every child a partial share. This is not charity, it is economic infrastructure. It ensures that every citizen has a floor beneath them, so no one falls into despair. This UBI is not tied to taxation alone. It is backed by our nation's full economic capacity, and it will be carefully indexed to inflation and productivity to ensure it lifts the people, not prices. 1. Targeted spending for the common good. The dollars in your postal bank wallet will circulate, but not upward into corporate monopolies. They will flow sideways between neighbors, small businesses, co-ops, and communities. By law, those dollars cannot be siphoned off by hedge funds or used to drive up the cost of housing. When money moves through many hands, it lifts many lives. 3. The benefits, real security, not false promises. With these reforms, we will raise the velocity of money so it works as hard as you do, reduce wealth hoarding and speculative bubbles by encouraging saving through U.S. Treasury bonds, restore dignity to work by funding small businesses, co-ops, and freelancers, not middlemen and monopolies. And for the first time in generations, a young American may say, I can afford a home, start a family, or build a dream. 4. The opposition and our resolve. There will be those who resist. They will say this is too much, too fast. But we have seen what too little, too late has brought us. They will say we can't afford it. But the truth is, we can't afford not to do it. When wealth is hoarded, society breaks. When people are left behind, democracy cracks. And when despair rises, so too does division. The road ahead. This is not about left or right. It is about forward. We are not asking the wealthy to suffer. We are asking them to share in the promise that made their wealth possible. This is not a revolution of rage, it is a restoration of reason. And as we embark on this great work, remember, money must move to matter. People must come before profit, and a government must serve the many, not the few. Let us rebuild an economy that does not just measure growth, but nurtures life. Let us make the American dream real, again and for all. Thank you, and good night.